Contributor joining us here on the Big 550 KTRS. Good morning, Matt Wolf.
Good morning, guys. Long time no hear. How you doing?
Yeah, what are we hearing about Justin Timberlake for the Super Bowl? Any wardrobe malfunctions we should look forward to?
You know, I was just going to get to that point. I mean, all of us as broadcasters, you remember that time when Justin Timberlake performed with Janet Jackson and that happened? The whole Nipplegate thing? Yeah, well, I don't think it's going to be happening this time around. Yesterday, it was kind of funny, too, during a press conference. He was asked, any special guests coming up, anything we need to be aware of? And he says, well, I'm thinking maybe Jay-Z. I thought about Chris Stapleton, Janet Jackson, and everyone just kind of let out kind of a groan. Like,
let's not go there again.
Yeah, let's not go there. But it's just going to be him solo and his band, the Tennessee Kids. I think it's going to be an absolutely spectacular performance because if you guys know anything about Justin Timberlake, he's not just an entertainer. He is a performer of the highest caliber who leaves it all out there on stage. And I think he's going to do that just as great as he usually does on Sunday.
Matt, I think I've heard a lot of people who have absolutely no interest in this Super Bowl.
Can I be completely honest with you? I don't have a single horse in this race. I'm a New York Jets fan, all right? I have enough suffering to begin with. Do you think I need to see the Patriots again? Do you think I need to see another ring for Tom Brady again? We get it. I'm pulling for the Eagles, but I got to tell you, the entertainment looks good right now for me anyway.
As a long-suffering Jets fan myself, Matt Wolf, do not go to ESPN and watch the 30 for 30 Bill and Bill on Belichick and Bill Parcells.
Yeah, thanks. You just want to rub that one right in, don't you?
Yeah. All right. Movies this weekend. Anything going on we should pay attention to?
Well, Winchester is the only big movie in wide release this weekend. This is a notoriously slow weekend for films. And Winchester, this is kind of interesting. I heard about this a couple of weeks ago, and it's about basically a woman, a true story, a woman after her husband dies, she kind of goes off the deep end and buys this dream house in 1881. She builds it with 161 rooms, like 6 kitchens, spends 40 years building it. It is Sarah Winchester, and she's played by Dame Helen Mirren in the film. Sarah Winchester is part of the Winchester family. Rifles, guns, that whole thing.
Yeah.
And the movie apparently is about this house, and it suggests that there's lots of ghosts, lots of spirits, and she's there to keep them at bay because these are the ghosts who have been killed by victims of the Rifles family. You get where we're going here? So they're like, is this kind of like a message about gun control? I don't know. Read into it as much as you want. It's got Dame Helen Mirren. It's got ghosts. It should do fairly well in spite of the Super Bowl happening this weekend.
When did the real woman buy this house?
Back in 1881.
Wow. So it's a bit of a period
piece. It's a ghost
piece.
story. You know, I mean, how can you go wrong, you say? But even the charm of Dame Helen Mirren may not be able to quell those evil spirits.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right, one more. Men in Black is going in for a reboot?
Yeah, this is kind of interesting. When I first saw this story yesterday, my first instinct was go to YouTube and look up Will Smith singing Men in Black because that is my jam right there. Okay, let's just put it right out there. Now, Men in Black, it's a beloved franchise. 3 movies here. The last one just came out in 2012. Now, it's interesting because Sony Pictures is riding high right now on the success of Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. That's a revisit to the franchise, not so much as a reboot, but more of like a revisiting to that same world. And that's what they want to do with Men in Black. They want to start it up again with a fresh cast. Sorry, guys, no Tommy Lee Jones, no Will Smith this time. And personally, it's a risk. Of course it is. But I think with the right cast, with the right writers and people behind it, and they're courting F. Gary Gray to direct this. He's the guy who did Straight Outta Compton and The Fate of the Furious. He's got a lot of respect and a lot of bank and cred in Hollywood. I think this could work.
I loved Straight Outta Compton. That was a great movie, by the way.
It was fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. And F. Gary Gray, like I said before, I mean, right now, he's one of those directors that can do no wrong. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, the fact that Men in Black is your jam, you're really bringing stain on New York Jet fans everywhere.
Come on, man. It's Will Smith. Get jiggy
I
with
do
it.
like that
McGraw,
song.
come on.
I do
Crying
like the
out loud.
song.
Matt
we don't
Wolf.
have much to go on.
Suffering in silence together. Matt Wolf here on the Big 550 KTRS.